Alright, I'm at the start of day 9. Just left Sally Keys and heading to Muir Trail Ranch for some resupply food and some resupply and battery energy. Got up pretty good this morning. My day typically starts by letting the air out of my air mattress. Laying on the cold hard ground is a pretty good motivator for getting up. So that's generally what I'll do in the morning, and get up, pack as much stuff as I can while I'm in my tent, and then get out and start the day. So here we go on a Muir Trail Ranch, just about 6 miles, I think, 5-6 miles from Muir Trail Ranch. I was struck by something I was walking along this morning. You know, how many times have you asked somebody, hey, how you doing today? And they say, oh, living the dream, you know, sarcastically. I thought about it though. That's what I'm doing out here. I really am living my dream out on this trail. So it just kind of struck me this morning that this has been a dream trip, and I'm loving it, even though it's not easy all the time. Sometimes cold and wet, but it's good, really good. So I am living the dream today. The beauty and silence of morning here on the John Muir Trail. Just finished a big downhill section, coming down the switchbacks, dropped a lot. I'm getting ready to kind of go in a valley of Muir Trail Ranches. I heard somebody just ring the bell at the gate, so I'm guessing I am really close to the ranch, which is cool, which would be like 5 miles in. I don't know which way to go. Oh, another sign. It says go to the left. I'm gonna go to the left. Okay, that may be the first sign I didn't take a picture of. Alright, here it is. MTR. Been reading about it for a year and finally here.
Yeah, like around
Alright, so I just resupplied at Muir Trail Ranch. Not everything fits in. I'm going to have to hang. I know we shouldn't do that, but there's no way I'm going to make it without it. Charging my camera batteries up, then I'm going to head out and try to do a few more miles today, and then go from there. So we'll see what happens. Alright, leaving Muir Trail Ranch, fully stocked. Hope we can make this work. Alright, about 45 minutes or so out of Muir Trail Ranch. Trying to kind of hike myself back into the hiker mode. The rest stop's great, but it pulls you out of there, and wrote a postcard home to Kate, and that pulled me out of it as well, and having pack problems, but waist buckle keeps on coming undone, so I hope that's not going to give me problems the whole way, but trying to hike myself back into the mode of a hiker. Hopefully it goes well. Goal is about 7 miles today. I'm going to try to hike till about 7 o'clock, so maybe farther if I can do better. Alright, so I'm doing a little bit I thought. I made it to the Paiute Pass Bridge, and on the other side is King Sequoia or King something. So getting a new jurisdiction. Took a little dip down here in the pool with a bunch of people resting. So about 4 more miles I think to Goddard. So doing better than I thought. Feeling spirits just got lifted a little bit. So life's good. This section right through here kind of reminds me of Colorado. style trails, some aspens. Back home again. Got a big section of blowdowns. Look at this thing. Here's this other side. Massive. It's probably 4 feet, 5 feet tall. 4 feet, I'd say. But this whole through this little section here, blowdowns. This must have been fun to clear up. Whew, took a lot of work. Thanks, guys. Alright, since leaving the bridge, we've been hiking up this canyon here behind me, and it's pretty warm. Got to be close to 80. There's not a lot of shade here, but there's a little breeze at least, but it is pretty warm. Alright, I'm at the bridge that goes over the San Joaquin River. I think it's the Goddard Canyon Trail cutoff area up here. Here's my plan. I'm going to climb up to Evolution Creek. It's about 1,000 foot, 800 foot climb over 2 miles. Looks like a bear. Big switchbacks, but I'm going to try to get it out of the way today. That'll give me a little shorter run tomorrow to Sapphire Lake to set me up for Muir Pass the day after that. Wish me luck. It's 4 o'clock now. I don't mind going slow. I'm just hoping the get a little shade up there because it looks like it's going to be hot if it's anything like what we came up along this river. So, wish me luck. Talk to you in a bit. Evolution Valley, only 2 miles. That sounds so sweet and innocent, except for the 900 foot climb through tortuous switchbacks. I'm gonna go up. Wish me luck here in a little bit. Break first. I finally reached Evolution Creek Crossing. I've been thinking about this for a year or so and really excited. It's really shallow right now, but this is the start of the valley I've been dreaming about for 4 years. So we'll get across this. I'm not going to videotape myself because I don't want to drop the camera and the holes. So here goes nothing. Talk to you on the other side. Mid-level and take a video. Why? Because it's not that bad. Follow me across the rest of the way. I was bad. I didn't unbuckle my belt buckle, which I should have, but you know what? I'm feeling pretty confident about this. Piece of cake. This is awesome. I'll get Carter and this is Peter and Carter crossing Evolution Lake. I've been playing tag with them last day and a half or so, and they were nice enough to befriend me today and help me get up this climb up to here, which really wasn't that bad. Carter led the way with a really strong pace, and Peter and I tried to keep up, and we're up here now where I've been wanting to be. How was it, Peter?
Thanks to Billy Goat, he showed us the technique of the inserts inside the sock.
Woohoo!
All right.
The sock insoles work?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's like you gotta go a little slower because there's no like floor under your foot really.
Uh-huh. Day 9 turned out to be a great day. Started up at Sally Keys Lake and then hiked down to the Muir Trail Ranch cutoff, about 5 miles from Sally Keys. Got in there, I don't know, it's about 9:30, something like that. People there were really nice, I thought. You know, the girl working the bucket barn, very efficient, very professional. Got me my bucket. Some people were griping a little bit about some things they could and couldn't have, but you got to realize, Muir Trail Ranch is a place for us packers just to resupply. They had a store which was surprisingly had a lot of stuff in there. I got some fuel, which was cheaper than I got in Lone Pine by $2, and it was twice the size. So good prices on fuel there. They have some hiker amenities too, some meds. They have Dirty Girl Gators, which rock, by the way. So I spent a couple hours there resupplying. I wasn't able to get all my food into my bear canister, so I had to put it into a bag, which I'll have to hang tonight. Hopefully it won't get eaten by bears. And then charged up the camera batteries a little bit. Unfortunately, they didn't get full charges on either battery, so I'm hoping I'm going to have enough battery to make it to Whitney. I do have the phone if I have to pull that out, but I'd rather not use the iPhone for a camera, like my camera better. Once I left Muir Trail Ranch, I headed up. You have to backtrack a little and then follow the Paiute Pass trail. I thought I was off trail. I thought we were supposed to stay down in the valley towards the hot springs, so I got off trail just a little bit to look, and right when I did that, Jesse and Avery came up behind me, and so I followed them in, and I could slowly see them getting farther and farther away to finally they got out of sight. They were real strong hikers, as I said before. And I worked my way. I was looking for the Florence Lake Trail where I came into JMT. That's originally where I was going to camp, but I was feeling strong that day. Well, it was early in the day, so I kept going. And it took me forever and ever and ever to get to that point. I was starting to feel low. I thought I was moving at a good pace, but heavier pack, maybe I was moving slow, and I was starting to feel down. I was in a funk. I had sent Kate a postcard, which got me kind of feeling sad and really missing him. So I wasn't really in that hiker mode. So I hiked about an hour and a half and finally came up to the Paiute Pass Bridge, which was way past where I thought I was looking for it. There were a bunch of people there, including Pete and Carter, and Jesse and Avery, and everybody was hanging out and went for a dip. It was kind of a cool little slide. Once you started, you weren't going to stop because it was slick. So I floated in that water a little bit, got out, forced some lunch down, and then I figured I'd hike on. I figured I'd at least get to the Goddard Canyon Trail to make my decision there. So I hiked down about another hour or so, made the first bridge over San Joaquin River, which is really pretty. Had snacks there, and then pushed on to the Goddard Canyon Trail over the bridge, and Jesse and Avery were already set up there, so I sat and talked to them. Peter and his wife Carter were there. They were pumping water, and I talked to them earlier. They were talking about making the 800-foot push up to the Evolution Creek area, and it was still pretty early. It's probably, I don't know, 4:30ish by that time, and I decided to go ahead and push up with them. Which I'm glad. It was 800 feet, but it really, once again, it wasn't that bad. Steeper than what we've had in the past, but it wasn't too bad. So we made it up here. Shortly after we topped there, a couple minutes later, I made it to the Evolution Creek crossing, which was a big highlight for me. I had been waiting for that for over a year, so I'm a little choked up thinking about the excitement of it. And it was easy. Got there quickly, switched from shoes to Crocs, and made the crossing about calf deep. And now we're camped probably a quarter mile or so down the trail from that, just past the water crossing, this nice opening here. So we also met Ruby, who Pete and Carter had known, but I met her for kind of the first time, and we all sat up for a while talking. So that was day 9. Day 10, I'm going to head towards Wanda Lake, which is about 11 miles from here, and I'm going to take my time in Evolution Valley. I've been dreaming about it too long to hurry, so I'm pretty excited. Talk to you guys later.